last 5 excellence call. That's our last Monday call, and I'm a little bit sad, but I'm also happy to announce today Alex Pfeffer. He's a really, really good friend of mine. He's my sponsor. I'm happy to work with him together, and he's a recruiting machine. He's one of the best networker I ever met in my life, and he's talking today about his productivity hacks, how he's building the business, how he's doing his daily work a little bit more easy, and his daily routines. And I'm really excited what nuggets he's giving us today. So Alex, that's your stage.
Thank you so much, Sabrina, for the nice introduction. I just introduced myself a little bit for the people who don't know me, because we have a lot of international people here. Just let me know where you're tuning in from. Just type in the chat, where is the place where you join us today. I'm super excited to talk to you today. My name is Alex. I'm 27 years old, and I was usually working as a waiter and as a cook. And then I realized I don't want to have the ordinary 9-to-5 lifestyle. So I was just looking for an opportunity how I can break out of the system. And I saw network marketing, and I was not the guy who was skeptical or who didn't believe it. I was just like, give me the chance to break out of the system, and I will do it. And I will do it until it works. And I think here is a difference in my attitude in comparison to other people who start in the business, because they just try something. But I believe there is no try. There is just do it or leave it. And that's the difference. And because it is how you do things, you know, how you do the small things is how you do the big things. So I was just like doing it until it works. And it was so hard. At the beginning, 2 years, I was barely making money, just around sometimes 2,000 euros, then 1,500, then 700, then 800, then 1,500. So it was always like in this range, but never really were at this point where I was like, okay, now it's really gonna make fun. So I decided when the pandemic hits, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna be super productive. I'm gonna do only the things that really make me money or make volume somehow for the company. And I wanna just go deep into that, what I really did, because that created a lot of results. So I put myself, and then I created a team of 1,500 people in 20 different countries, and now it's growing and growing. And this business really works when you just put in the time and you put in the effort and you never quit. So that's definitely a key principle. What I realized when I was working hard, when I was working productive, I put myself in a state of I want to have results. So, and my question was, it doesn't matter what I've done during the day, but the question was, is it bringing me some kind of volume in my organization? If the answer was no, I just left it, you know, I just kept it away. For example, when we want to do something, then we sit on our desk and then we see something, then like, okay, here is something what I can just put away. And then I just try to bring the garbage bag, you know, then you just distract yourself because you're focused. Then you're like, okay, but before I'm going to do something, I'm going to do this and this. So this is the first mistake. I would really just go nuts, go crazy. And what I always measure is how many people do I invite for the business? Because this is something what I can control. I can't control how many people sign up. I can't control how many people end up as a customer. The only thing what I can control is how many people I talk to. If I want to create a better result, the only measurable thing what I can do is just increase the amount of people I talk to. So, and this is always my main focus. How many people can I invite? And this is what I did in the beginning. When you have certain ranks, when you have maybe career level 4, 5, 6, then your task is changing a little bit, because now you have a team. Then you split your time. You're just like focusing on inviting all the time, and at the same time you're checking of how many people you can help to reach their goals. Then you look for every single person in your organization and you're like, okay, what do you do? What is your goal? How can I help you? And this is what I did. But first I was just creating a team. And I have to check because we have, there's another one who wants to join. Just a second. So somebody from Sweden is joining. Perfect. And what I really did, and that was a fun game. I played a role game, and this is super interesting. Just pretend if you're gonna sit on your desk and you want to build your network marketing business. Just pretend the CEO of your company is watching you, and they are looking for the most ambitious distributor in the whole organization. Just imagine that. Just imagine they put a camera in the last corner of the room, and they are like, okay, let's see what this guy is doing all the day. And just imagine you have a camera following around you all the day. And after 1 week, you're wondering why you're not making enough money. Because on the camera, you will see you didn't talk to enough people. You just were not productive. You were busy, but not productive. And I really played the game that I was like, the CEO is looking at me, and they're like choosing the best distributor, and this guy gets an award in front of a stage. I just put myself in this situation. What I did is I really had the feeling, because I was so in the mind that somebody is like staying behind me, that I really had the feeling that somebody is next to me. So, and I just focused on being productive. And I remember I was just waking up in the morning, and the first question what I had in my head was, who can I present the business today? That was the thing. My whole day was just around that question. Who can I show the business? Where are my people? And the money what you want to earn is in other people's pocket. Okay. So they have it, they give it to you. If you give them a solution for the problem. And that's all about. So what you have to do in network marketing is you have constantly going on a fact-finding mission. Your mission is just to find facts. If I give you an example, you meet somebody, for example, on an event where all people are like selling some fishing equipment, just an example. And you're there, and your hobbies are fishing. So, and you go there, and you're gonna make friends. You're gonna meet people. And what do? You're gonna ask them, hey, how often do you go fishing? He's like, once a month. Would you like to go more? Yes, but why you don't go more? Yeah, because I have a job, because I have kids, I have to do things. Do you have a boat? No. Which kind of boat would you like? And then you're like, yeah, I would like to have this boat. Ah, okay, interesting. You know, this is the conversation. And then I'm on a fact-finding mission. And I'm gonna really ask questions where I can get a useful response. Forget small talk, forget just talking about the weather or anything, because that doesn't bring you a response what you can use for your business. And you are here to build something remarkable. You are here to build something huge. Okay. So, and then what you do now is you're gonna remember the guy, you're gonna ask them, hey, do you have a car? Let's connect, because maybe we can go fishing together somehow, sometimes in the future. I don't know. Or do you have Instagram? And just imagine you are like on Instagram, and then you connect with this guy. And for example, on the next day, you send this guy a personalized voice message where you're like, hey, I was just remembering our conversation, what we had yesterday. You talked to me, you want to have more time for fishing. You would like to have the one boat with the 2 huge engines, and that you can travel across the river and have like a lot of nice fishing experience. And you told me that you're not really happy in your job because that costs you too much time. You don't have so much time for your hobbies. And I truly believe I can help you out of that, because I'm in a business what changed my life completely. And I was thinking about you all the time, because I truly believe that you could really just buy a boat in 2 years when you just build it. Maybe this sounds crazy because we just know each other since yesterday, but I'm open to take a look at it. Just imagine you do only things like that. Your business will grow. You can't do nothing against it. It will grow because you just do the productive things. What's not productive? Let's take a look at this. Scrolling on Facebook, going on Instagram, watching reels, doing some other shit, you know? This is just like wasting time. but we don't have so much time today. So if you have like 1 hour a day for the business, you really have to sit there. You should make your phone and do not disturb, because then you get other message for, I don't know, for a family member chat or something. Then somebody's posting something, then you're gonna be with your mind in your business and you get distraction. What you do, you just be there, and then you give all your attention to the family chat where somebody discussing some unnecessary stuff, you know, and then that brings you out of the focus. What you need is then you're here with your thoughts. Then it takes you another 5 minutes to be back at this again. Just imagine if this happens a couple of times, then the 1 hour is just half of that gone, and you're not there where you would like to be. You know, it's super important to make for the business the holy hours. You know, that's just the hours for the business. There's nothing what interrupts. No kids, no husband, no wife, nothing. That's just like you lock yourself into a room and you're gonna talk to people, because this is why you could just started, right? Because you want to change your life. But if you just get distracted all the time, if you're just like, oh yeah, but I would like to sleep, there is no sleep. You can just have another 7 hours are enough, 6 hours are enough. You don't need more. And if the alarm clock is ringing in the morning, you're gonna jump out of the bed because you have a dream to chase. It's so important that you really focus on being productive. They'll just keep the invitation. You're gonna invite on a 3-way call with your upline. You're gonna invite on an event. You're gonna invite on a team call so people can see behind the scenes. You're gonna invite to, I don't know, everything. You can really just, the thing is that you have to, I see a lot of people who doing social media, and they post something about the business. They prepare on Canva a really beautiful flyer, and then they post it, and they need like 20 minutes for that. And they're like, yeah, I'm gonna work 20 minutes. So, and then they wonder why they have no results. The thing how you use social media is just get in, post something, get out, and do something remarkable and do something productive, because distraction is crazy. And if you want to give 100%, you have to remind yourself every hour that you giving 100%. And when I really went crazy in the business, it was in January. I just did, for me, it was so important. It was at those times, it was the most important thing of my life to just bring the airplane in the air. I give you an example. If you are in network marketing, but just let me know if in the comments, how many years are you in network marketing? Would be super interesting for me. If you are in network marketing for around 2 or 3 years, for example, and you have not the results where you want to be, how long do you want to play small? That's the thing. Because sometimes you have to go all in. I give you an example, because if you are not doing it, then you come to this point after 3 years, after 4 years, where all your friends around are asking you, are you still doing this network marketing? But this is a place where you don't want to end up, you know? You want to be there where people go to you and say, oh my God, Angelo, you made it. Look at you, what you built in the past. Crazy. I could never imagine that somebody built something huge like that. This is what you really want. And if you don't put a lot of work in the beginning, then it is like the way an airplane is going in the air. If you don't, how much energy does it need to bring an airplane in the air? It's like 100%. It's like 80% of the whole fuel is needed for the start. And the other 20% is just like flying, because you need so much power to bring it in the air. The same as with the business. You need a lot of work, a lot of focus, a lot of determination, a lot of speed, you have to be hungry, you know? And then, you know, that the thing is, the airplane is going in the air. But if you don't make it like that, that's even you have the end of the runway. That's the problem. And the end of the runway is the position, what I mentioned before, is the position where people come to you and say, you're still doing network marketing. Are you sure it works? Sometimes, maybe 10 years. But that's the place where you don't want to end up. You want to end up where Angelo is, where people come to you and say, hey, wow, what have you done? Oh my God, you were at this incentive trip last year, 3 incentive trips paid from the company. You got invited as a speaker. You got invited on an education day. Somebody gave you a microphone in front of 200 people. They want you to inspire them. And then you have somebody who is taking notes. Then you have somebody who is like filming the things, put it on social media. They tag you everywhere. And then like, oh my God, this guy is crazy. He never gave up. And this is the point what you want to reach. And this is what I want to encourage you today. It's just remind you, what's the reason why you got started in the business? What do you really want to accomplish? And if it's important for you, then you really have to go all in. And I just want to give you a tip for people who are maybe like 1 year in the business or 2 months, or who have reached a certain plateau where it's hard to continue. Because the thing is, if you stop, sometimes you maybe for advanced people in the call, sometimes you create momentum, people making money, and then you can't hold the momentum because that's in every business the same. Your volume goes down. So then you're not motivated because you're not making the money what you used to make. So then you are like disappointed. Then you're like, I don't know, how can I get up from this position? Because you don't feel it that you go out and make the contact every day. You don't feel it to talk to people because it's not running. But the thing is, you have to be still excited. And what I've done when I was distracted, I was just like going slowly back into the routine. What I mean by that is that you just do a basic thing. Because if you stop 1 day of doing action in your network marketing business, it takes you 3 days to go back to the work routine what you had before. If you stop for 3 weeks, it takes you 3 months to get to this position where you were used to be, you know? And that's the problem. And when it's hard for you to keep it going, when it's hard for you to start over again, because somehow life came and just slapped you in the face, then you have to do just simple things. And the simple thing is, talk to 1 person a day. Just invite 1 human being. Don't do too much, because then you get overwhelmed. What you do in the next day, you just try to beat the number what you had in the previous day. You just go there and be like energetic, and you try to make 2 invitations. On the next day, you're gonna start 3 new conversations, and then you're gonna make 2 new invitations, you know? And then you slowly beat the days, and slowly the days will fade. The days will fade where you just accomplish nothing. And this is really the goal what you should have. And another thing is, take a look in your compensation plan, take a look what the company is offering you. And there's one secret, is qualify for everything. This is really good. If you rank up and you get extra cash, do it. If you have the opportunity to qualify for example, in our company, we have now the last days where you can qualify for 3 nights in a 4-star hotel in Budapest. It's like a 450 euros voucher. And I have some people in my team, they have like only 30 points missing. So that means only like 1 sign up. And they get like the money from the sign up and the voucher for the hotel. Just imagine if you would not sign somebody up, she would just pay for like everything, you know? And this is where you have to put your mind into. It's like, what is the current promotion? Where can I get out the most of it? What can I really do? How can I create such a huge momentum? And then you just focus on the things. And really, one that helped me a lot, qualify for everything. And you really have to have an overview. And if you're a little bit longer in the business, you have to think for your team members as well, because not everybody is really good in having like the overview. I give you an example. Some people are really good at creating reels, just random. Some people are really good at presenting. Some people are really good at organizing something, but some people are like overwhelmed when they have to book a flight, for example, or they are very bad at numbers. They can't really read like how many points they need and stuff like that, you know. So you as a leader have to go into that, and you have to check how much do they need to qualify, and then you have to make the goals from your team to your personal goal. For example, my goal is that we have one distributor who is missing like 30 points to bring them for a free trip to Budapest. And I'm gonna ask her like every 3 or 4 hours, so what's going on? Do you have somebody? Do you have somebody new? Do you have some? Because this is what some people need. Because you bring people in and they have the employment mindset. And it's so hard for them to be motivated to work from themselves, you know, because otherwise all the people they have, like when you're employed, you have like somebody who is telling you what you have to do. But if you're here in the business, it's so hard to make the shift from an employee mindset to entrepreneurial thoughts, you know, because nobody's taking care of you. And sometimes you have to really just lead your team to get to the right mindset, that they really can create something, that they're really gonna make something huge. And yeah, this is important. So yeah, the recording, I will just try to how can I send you the recording? That's a good question, because I don't have your number, but let's figure it out later. Yeah, and that's the thing. Just you really have to go nuts. You really want to just like do everything crazy, and you have to measure your numbers. You have to just put it down. It's like, okay, how many people do I have to invite in order to get the presentation? How many presentations do I have to do to get a sign up? And this is where you need to know your numbers. And then you, for example, you need to like 20 contacts, for example, then you have like 4 presentations. From the 4 presentation, you have 1 sign up, for example. And this is the thing what you need. And because then you're like, okay, I need to recruit like 5 new people. What you do is, okay, you need 100 contacts, because one of those you're gonna enroll, you know. Every 20 you have like 1 or 2 signups, so you need 100. So you need to create a list, and then you go through the list, and you're gonna treat the list what you created like vegetables. You know, you have to like cut it fast because they would rotten, you know. So you have to work through them as fast as you can. Because I give you an overview. Because if you are like having 100 people and you're gonna talk to them in 1 month, that's bullshit. Because then you have like maybe 1 or 2 signups every week. So, but what if you talk to 100 people in 1 week? Then maybe you have like 7, 8, or 6 enrollments out from the 100. If you talk to them like fast, like all out massive action. And just imagine you are in your company and you're gonna enroll 7 people in 1 week. Everybody's going crazy, and who's like, who is that new guy? Who is that guy who enrolled like so many people in this short period of time? And you were like, oh, I'm gonna talk to 100. That was not a lot. That was not much. But how many people are willing to do the work? Not everybody. But you have to really go all in. And you really have to create huge results. And I'm going to make a picture from the number. Because life is too short to work for somebody else. If you want to follow my journey on Instagram, I will put you my username on it, so you can just place a follow, or you can leave me a message there. How you like the call, for example, would be amazing. And if you have any questions, just let me know. It was a pleasure to talk to you today. We have like super effective 25 minutes. If we have another option in the future to make some calls, we will inform you, definitely. It was a pleasure to spend time with you, and see you next time. Thank you, and I'll put the recording to everybody in the group. Bye.